Friday NBA, 2 games on the NBA slate for fast break bets. You've got Erik from ETOP21 Sports, Gino Bucola here, and we are getting you set up for some Friday NBA. Erik, we're going to have a little quicker show, so we won't have as much time to reflect on everything from the last couple days. Golden State ties it up, beat up the Lakers last night, move on to Game 3. Lakers got their split. We'll see if they can get the job done when they move back to, I always want to say Staples, crypto.com arena tomorrow night. It feels weird saying that. Erik and I will look at the betting lines at DRF.
I think that's just because the Lakers lost, you don't want to touch on it. But,
Well, I mean, because you got to sneak away the days after Milwaukee lost because you were doing your NFL draft coverage. So you never really had to face that. But actually, we hit a lot of our plays last night. You in particular, you had the trifecta there. I actually had the first half also for Golden State. We got the pool under as well. So solid night all around. Let's see if we can keep it rolling for tonight, my friend. We encourage everyone, if you're in the state of Iowa, head on over to DRF Sportsbook and sign up right now. Use our promo code FAST1000 when you do so. You will get a 1,000 deposit match, fast 1,000 on that promo code. We'll also talk a little bit about Thrive Fantasy. Take a look at prop or two or contest to play for tonight, Thrive Fantasy. Erik, let's discuss this opening game. We have Boston, Philly. So Philly went on the road. They split. Embiid comes back in game 2. They get their butt kicked. I actually thought it would probably not. I mean, I had mixed feelings. Initially, I thought, why do you even bring him back when you've already got the split? Give him a few extra days. But then in watching, I think it was a good sort of shake the rust off, get kind of back up into speed, and then be ready for a bigger game here. So one of my plays tonight, I think it's going to be a good night for Philly. I'm rocking the 76ers tonight on the money line. And I'm going with your boy, Joel Embiid, over the 26.5 points. I think this is their night tonight. They stole that one in game 1. They didn't really give out much of an effort in game 2. Now they come back at home. And again, more so than this being like very pro Philly, I just haven't been all that impressed with Boston throughout the playoffs in spots like this. Like they've won, but they've played with their food a lot. So I'm rolling with Philly tonight, and I'm rolling with the big man, Erik. What do you think in this early game?
I'll be honest, I have no idea what to do in this game, so I just ultimately at the end of the day passed. The one play that kind of like stood out to me that I didn't bet it, but it's the one that I almost bet was the Jaylen Brown over 2.5 threes. He's gone over this total the last 5 games, really shooting the ball well, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I had the over 24.5, got lucky because he hit 25 in that last second 3 throw. I really don't know what to expect from this game. Philly didn't look that good. They couldn't really get out and run with Embiid. Embiid looked like he was still injured. His flopping has got to the point where it's just embarrassing what he's doing on the court. But then again with the Celtics, Tatum completely no-showed. Brogdon played well. He had 23.
He struggled a little too, yeah.
I just don't know. All I know is whoever loses this game, I'm going to bet in game 4. That's right now. That's what I'm doing. I don't want anything to do with this game. Maybe if a team gets out early and I can see some first half live or game live, I'll look to get into that. But pre-flop, I want absolutely nothing to do with this game.
I'm on the Sixers. Erik can't get a feel for it. And what's great, don't force it. You can't get a feel for it. Plenty of other opportunities, plenty of other places to get action. You can play something in Thrive. You can play different ways, or you could play the second game where Erik has a very strong opinion. And Erik, we have kind of similar opinion because we don't think the Suns have been very impressive, but this is their entire season tonight. You've had a few days off. So for Booker, for Durant, who have been playing 40 to 45 minutes, they're going to be as rested as they will be the entire rest of their playoff runs, however long it goes. This is the night where you get everything they have in the first quarter, the first half, right away. Now, I'm still a little worried about the possibility of them getting worn down late because of the depth of Denver. So I played along with you. I played the first quarter like you did. You played the first half at -2.5. I got
Yeah.
what's nice, you can get an adjusted -3.5 at plus money, which is not bad either. So if you just want to bump it up, I played this one myself. First half adjusted, Suns -3.5, so I could get plus money on that. And then you actually went for the full game also, right?
Yeah, I did a lot in this game. Obviously the big thing, no Chris Paul, but with how the Suns are using him, he's basically just standing in the corner right now. Cameron Payne, in my eyes, is a little bit of a better shooter. So is it really that necessarily of a downgrade with no Chris Paul, as crazy as it sounds? I expect the Suns to come out with some urgency, hence why I like the first quarter. I expect them to have a little bit more pick and roll with Booker and Durant. Forces the Nuggets to make a couple adjustment changes with do they blitz Booker? If that, then it leaves Durant pressing, or do you drop off Booker? So I like them for the first quarter there. First half, teams down 0-2 at home, 66% ATS. That's since 2003. That's just a trend. That's just money. Teams off a playoff loss, 60% ATS first half. So the trend is really strong to take the Suns here first half. So I really like that. And this is their season. Durant's, won titles. Booker has been to a championship game. Monty Williams has been around the block for a while. They know if they lose this game, their season is basically over. So I think they lose this series, but I think this is the game they win. Hence, I'm going to lay the -4. Also, you look at the role players, the Lee, the Payne, those guys are due for some positive shooting regression. The role players for Denver, Porter, Pope, those guys are due for some negative regression. Role players play better at home, worse on the road. I like that. And then also my dart punt of the day, I put a quarter of a unit on D-Book, triple-double, 33-1. Last playoff game he played without Paul, he had a 40-point triple-double. He's averaging over 10 potential assists per game in this series. Without Paul there, he's going to be more of the primary ball handler, more of the guy negotiating the offense. And we've kind of seen it, like what these teams are starting to do in this new NBA is, if it's a situation, let's say it's me, you, and then Kyle, okay? And you're the ball handler, I'm a wing, and Kyle's a big, and we're both underneath the hoop. What we're seeing in this new NBA, to get the ball out, Kyle and I, if no one's really around the basket, we'll just dart off and we'll let you get the rebound. That way you can just start the fast break and bringing it up. So I'm going to take a gamble here. It's a big price. It's 33-1. It's only a quarter of a unit. Devin Booker, triple-double, 33-1.
Love it. The book. So, Erik, you look at any Thrive fantasy plays for today?
Thrive fantasy plays. I have a couple.
Remember, folks, promo code GINO when you get to Thrive Fantasy. And we'll take a look right now at what the website looks like over at Thrive Fantasy. Erik and I love this prop lobby because you get better payouts for your props. 3.2 times your entry on a 2-prop parlay, 5.2 times your entry on a 3-prop parlay. I had 2 tonight, Erik. I put them together. Durant, 34.5 points and assists. Embiid, 28.5 points and assists. That's my 2. I parlayed them for $20 for 64.
I like that. Mine is, I'm going Booker over the 38.5 points and assist. He will be taking over the primary ball handling without Paul. Had 9 potential assists last game, averaging over 10 for the series. Plus, like I mentioned last time, no Paul, he had a triple-double. I think he's going to play up close to a 48, especially with the extended rest off the Phoenix Suns have gotten. And my last one, I'm taking Tobias Harris going back to the well, over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. His it went up one. It was 22.5 last time, got 26 game one, 23 last time he went over it. He's gone over this total 22 games this season with Embiid. I just kind of feel like people kind of forget about him and everything he can do. And he's going to get some possible rebounds with how bad the Celtics have struggled. And I'm just going to say it. Embiid didn't look that good. And with how dirty of a player Grant Williams is, I don't know. I don't know how physical Embiid wants to get with him just because he's not 100%. You know what I mean? And like maybe he needs that Philly crowd. Maybe he's going to have a big game, but there's just too many questions around Philly and Embiid. I'll take what I know in Tobias Harris.
Some action for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow on Saturday, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time for another edition of Fast Break Bets. Use the promo code FAST1000 at DRF Sportsbook when you're in Iowa. And when you're anywhere, use that promo code GINO for Thrive Fantasy, especially in places like California and Texas where you can't play legally. You can legally play with Thrive Fantasy. Good luck in your plays tonight, buddy. See you back here tomorrow again for another edition